here for the topic related to career success. And the topic is Rewire Your Mind for Career Success, Unleashing the Power of Alternate Therapies. Now, we know that, uh,
As we say, the show must goes on. So let's start.
Yes.
Okay, because the challenges will come. This
Yes.
this is what the learning is, right?
Correct. So what we will start with is that all the people who are joining in, do type in your city from which you are joining. And yes, let's ask an honest question, that we look at ourselves, we look at people around, and despite upgrading the skills, how many of you feel that, that I'm working so hard, I'm upgrading my skills, and despite everything, somehow things are getting stuck. The progress that I had envisaged for myself after, doing all the learnings and everything is somehow either slow or blocked. So for all those of you who you feel that it is slow, just type in the chat box S, that it feels slow or it is not at the level that you would like it to. Yeah. And maybe that, and another wonderful aspect is that many a times we are facing the same rejections. We are facing the same situations. And very often we hear that people change jobs because they don't like the boss. And when they land up in a new job, somehow they end up getting a similar boss. So, you find yourself in similar situation again and again. And it's an interesting thing to think about. So, Debasmita, could you throw some light as to why something like this happens? Why despite the skill set, why that progress is not happening?
Wow, wonderful question, Preeti. Before this, I want to record this because the whatever that we are learning here, the skills, okay, it's like the whatever skills is not ultimate, which I specifically believe in. Because people are going for the certifications, but there is an inbuilt skills which you are having. In this case, what exactly happens, that is, nowadays people are just running for where is a job, jobs are running behind the jobs. Instead, if we are quite applicable, means quite think from our heart rather than from the brain, what skills I am possessing which will give me the better opportunity to grow. So in this case, what happened? People are just stuck. Okay, that is, I am good enough. Is, I am capable enough to handle this particular positions which is being given to me. Or is the extra position is for me? Yes, it's for you. That is what we are bringing it to you. If you want to have a desire to become a CHR or CXO and VP of any organization. If you have a dream like this, just write D in the chat session and give that energy that I want to be the CHRO, I want to be the AVP, I want to be the VP of the organization, and I want to give more to the organization and running my capacity, means the team, that is me, because I have the skills inbuilt in you. And when you will get this expansion, the saturation of your thinking towards that, what will the procrastination or something that is what is stopping you will give you the better and the best opportunity to grow. So if you are looking for something like this in this particular event, just write I am in or I am in. Just use the chat session because we both, three of us needs energy, and this, when we are just talking about this, there are certain points in our body which helps us to grow. So I will request Gita to put some lights into this, what to do next, what they will feel in this case. Yeah, over to you, Gita.
Thank you, Debasmita, and thank you, Preeti. Taking it forward from here, as you all rightly said, we would have perhaps, acquired professional degrees or certifications, and, we would have added on to them as well for sure, be it skill building or additional, courses that we would have done. However, what I have observed, over a period of time, that this being one part of the requirement or the puzzle, if I may say so, what is the other and the major part in a career or in a fulfilling life as a whole, is the mindset of an individual. So when I'm talking about mindset, I'm talking about the whole well-being of a person, the person's emotions, the feelings, the way the person, decides and takes actions. And all of this is very imperative even in our professional life. So here is where these alternative therapies come into play, because in days like today there is an excess of stress and anxiety. There are a lot of competitive spheres, with AI coming in. Of course, we are online. Earlier we would go to a counselor or a therapist, or rather, if I may say so, we would just go to a psychiatrist if there was an issue, or maybe a GP, a family doctor, who would listen to us and then address our concerns to the best of his knowledge and capacity. But today, we are facing issues with times of, like, there is an anxiety, there is a new project, there is an anxiety, there is a traveling issue, you change a job and the office happens to be too far, there is a stress and anxiety. There are so many things happen, like pandemic happened. So things like this keep coming in, and therefore I think, we need to address our mindset, our emotional issues, our feelings. And for that, the best way to address that is not popping a pill. The best way to address that is, going through deep within us and understanding how I feel. And here, when I am today going to talk to you about how can I make you feel better, or how can I make my own self feel better, so that I am more productive as a person, as a professional, and even as a family person. So here, I think it's a holistic package. Of course, career, skill set, professional degrees, and the second part is the mindset, which is of utmost importance. Be it, whether you're going for meetings, you're going for pitching of new clients, you're going for a job interview, or whatever. If you are in the mindset, right frame of mind, and you are all in prepared for it, of course it's a go-getter. But if you have something which is running at the back of your mind, some issue troubling at the home, some home loan, or some stress, someone's unwell, or there is some kind of fear and anxiety you are having, it plays a major role, I believe. So, yes, I think alternative therapies are here to talk about all of this. And this is how we could help each one of you today in your professional life. And I think I'll give it to Preeti to begin the session without, taking more time. Over to you, Preeti.
Time and attention here. We will dive right into this, okay? As you know, I'm a graphologist. The first thing I will ask you to do is pick up your pen and paper, right? And I want you to think about one word, that one adjective that you would like to give yourself. So some of you could just type in the chat box, what's one adjective you would like to give yourself? For example, there are times, I like to say, I'm amazing, Preeti, or blessed, workaholic, Vaishali, okay, achiever, fantastic. So I want you to write, for example, Natasha says achiever. So Natasha and everybody else will write, I am dash my name. So Natasha will write, I am achiever Natasha. I may write, I am awesome Preeti. Vaishali may write, I am workaholic Vaishali. But Vaishali, if you can come up with some different name than workaholic, it would be nice, okay? So I want you all to write on a plain paper this sentence. I'm success Debasmita. Wonderful. So write this in your regular handwriting. Write it twice. And just type done in the chat box once you have done it. So some of you are doing direct message to me, Priya, Vaishali, Natasha. So just do it to the group, to everyone. Yeah, so that everyone can see your messages. Okay, so now that you have done it in your regular handwriting, on the side of it, just write an R and circle it so that this is your regular handwriting. Now what I want you to do is the same sentence. I want you to write in very tiny writing. Very tiny writing. So the same sentence, I am achiever Natasha. Write it in very
Preeti,
small
there's no
size.
option. There's no option for everyone to write
There's
everyone.
no option for everyone? Okay.
Yeah.
Debasmita, could you just look into that? Okay, so I can see all your right now. So Debasmita, if you could check on that. Yes, so now write in very small tiny letters that I am dash my name. So once you're done, just show me a thumbs up. That should also be fine. And if you all could, okay, thanks Priya. And if you all could have your videos on, it would be lovely to see your faces, right? Okay, the next thing you are going to do is write in very large letters. For example, Priya says, I am blessed, Priya. So in very large letters, you write, I am blessed, Priya. Okay. And before we go to the next one, just check your comfort level. On a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 was very comfortable and 1 was not comfortable, when you wrote in your regular handwriting that I am blessed, Priya, what was your comfort level? Priya, could you just show by your fingers what was your comfort level in your regular handwriting when you wrote on a scale of 1 to 10? 10. Okay, great. Now, when you wrote in smaller size, okay, Natasha, you said 3? Okay. So, and 9. Okay. Now, when you're writing in smaller size, what's your comfort level on a scale of 1 to 10? So, write it on the side. You know, what is your comfort level? 3. Okay, Vaishali. And now we come to the large size. So, write on side of the large size that what was your comfort level? 10 being very high and 1 being very less, like I was uncomfortable times. Okay. Now, next, what we are going to do, 2. Thanks, Vaishali. Now, next, what we are going to do is very interesting. Okay. Normally, our writing is either straight or a little on right side. Now, I'm saying that write it on a very left angle. So, on a left angle, you write with a left slant, write I am blessed Priya or I am awesome Preeti. So, very much on the left slant.
Okay? Can you repeat? I just didn't get it.
So I want you to write the same sentence again now with a left slant. All your letters are slanting on left side. I know it's not easy because most of us have a straight writing or a right side, but I'm asking you to write on the left side. Okay. And tell me what's your comfort level and type and even write it on the side. What's your comfort level there? 1. Okay. Whatever is your writing, block or cursive, anything. Now, the last one, write it in a very right-hand slant. Very right-hand slant. Okay. Write the same, I am awesome Preeti with a very right-hand slant. And write your scale there, 1 to 10. And tell me, how is it feeling in the chat box? Which was most comfortable for you? Which one was most comfortable for you? Biggest one, okay. Regular one, okay. R regular, okay. Right one, okay, Vaishali. Interesting. What about others? Type in the chat box which was more comfortable for you. Now, just think, it is the same writing. You're writing the same thing. It is your handwriting only. But just because you changed the style, your comfort level changed. And what I am telling as comfort level is basically the conscious mind says, I am Preeti Gandhi. So I am awesome Preeti. That's my conscious mind. Okay. So when Natasha says, I am achiever Natasha, that's a conscious mind. But the way I write the letters, I am, A-M, achiever, A-C-H-I-E-V-E-R, Natasha, the way I form the letter N, A, that is my subconscious mind. So while what I write is my conscious mind, the way I write is subconscious mind. That is why handwriting is also known as brain writing. And just a glimpse of it, because we have small time period. So this is just a glimpse of it, that how our subconscious, since childhood, we have learned to write a certain way. When I ask you to write a different way, the mind resists. For some of you, the bigger one felt better. Probably there is something to explore there. That your regular writing, more than that, you are comfortable in a different writing. That's some message the subconscious mind is giving you. So, without getting too much into technicalities of subconscious mind, what we will now get into is that, okay, we understood some part of handwriting, the subconscious aspect of handwriting. अभी हम उसको एक साइड पे रखते हैं, ठीक है? हैंडराइटिंग को अलग साइड पे रखो. And if you have a page, pick up another page. You can note down certain things. Now we are going to talk about career. The topic of the webinar is career success. And a huge part of our life is about career, about the success we get there, about the name and fame that we get there. Now, career, our choice of career depends on two aspects. One is the vision we have for our life and how we execute our vision on a day-to-day basis. So one is your vision, other is the day-to-day function. When I talk about vision, there are again two aspects. Maybe you could note it down. One is the internal conversation and the other is external conversation. And these are very two powerful forces that influence our vision. Internal conversation is, the silent thoughts that I have, the belief that I have, the self-talk that I have. And if these are empowering, then I am most of the times moving forward. But if there is doubt in my self-talk, then I will hesitate to take any action. The second aspect is the external conversation. The conversations we hear from outside. So the expectations of family, the expectation of children, of spouse, the family influence, the work culture that we are in, the peer opinion. Now, these are the external conversations that happen. And these either reinforce our dreams or, they pressure us into choices that do not align with our inner being. So that is the vision aspect. Our career choice depends on what is working between the internal conversation and external conversation. What is more dominant? What is more influential, right? So when you look at your career choice, I would want you to give a thought that what is it that has decided your career? Your internal conversation or the external conversation? So put that as a question. You can visit that later. The other thing I would want to talk about is when we spoke about career, two aspects, vision and day-to-day function. When I talk about day-to-day functioning, this is, it is the direction which takes our career into action mode. So any project that you take, for example, if I am a coder, then I am doing coding most of the time. So that is my project. So in day-to-day functioning, there are three elements: the pre, the project, and the post. What happens in pre? Before I get into coding, I am getting prepared. Do I have all the information? Am I feeling a lot of, a lot of procrastination? Am I not beginning my stuff because I'm just procrastinating? Am I having a lot of self-doubt that will I be able to gather all the information? Am I not having clarity? So though I know what I have to gather information, but I don't know what information to gather. I have a very narrow perspective. So these are certain blocks that come in the pre-day-to-day functioning. When I talk about the project day-to-day functioning, a lot of blocks come up, a lot of hurdles come up. Something like stress, burnout, overwhelm, conflict, time management, lack of focus. And they drain our energy, they reduce our productivity, and they create frustration, inefficiency creeps in, dissatisfaction creeps in. And when I talk about the post aspect, after you have delivered, ideally you should be happy that it's delivered. But a lot of time there's more tension after delivery. Why? Because you're scared about the feedback. What will they say? Is my work complete? And if it is not, then who do I blame? Am I taking full ownership of my work? Now, these are blocks that come up after the project is over. Am I communicating with others to get feedback, to correct those things? Now, those, if we do not handle this properly, it prevents our growth, it prevents our learning. Because if you do not take feedback, you are not learning. You do not take the opportunity to correct those things. So, these are 3 aspects. Now, understanding in your career, where is the block? Is it in the vision area? Is it in the day-to-day functioning area? Is it in pre-project or post? Now, this is where the essence of handwriting and the career success comes in. And before we get into how they influence each other, I will just take a moment to introduce myself. I'm Preeti Gandhi, a certified graphologist, graphoanalytical therapist, and I have been a co-founder of an ad agency for 22 good years. And while it gave me a lot of name, fame, success, there were certain things I was not taking care of at mental level and emotional level. And that's when my burnout period happened. And my hobby of graphology came to my rescue. And I realized the immense power of this science. And having realized that power, now it's become my purpose that I share this with more and more people. And it's kind of my mission to help people to overcome their blocks through this simple science. Yeah. So that's a little about me. And as far as, I would just, okay, so how do I use handwriting? Bringing handwriting and career together. There are 2 ways I use handwriting. First is something that all women love. That's a mirror. So I use handwriting as a mirror. Seeing what am I capable of? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What is my decision-making process? How do I make decisions? What's my thinking process? That I get a clarity. So handwriting works as a mirror, right? The other way I use handwriting is as a map. So because now I know where am I starting, this is my starting point, and this is my goal. So what way I have to take so that I'm able to manage my roadblock, I'm able to use my strength to overcome the roadblock. And that is how, we utilize handwriting, the handwriting therapy aspect, to come from this starting point to the goal point, kind of with ease and grace, right? I am just taking a little more time here with your permission. I'll just take another 3 minutes to complete this thing. So it is like, the handwriting therapy works like a GPS. It's like realigning your internal subconscious programming to achieve your success. One small example I would give is 2 years back, I was working with a professional in Bangalore, or Bangalore hai to IT professional hi tha. Very intelligent, because yes, I have seen his handwriting, but he was not able to get the progress he was desiring. He was always the silent person in the group. We worked on his blocks, and there were 2 main blocks he was having. One was in the pre. He was having a lot of self-doubt even to begin a project. And the big block he was having was in the post. After having done things, he would never communicate with people or tell people that this is what I did. These are the ideas I executed. So nobody knew what he did. After working on his handwriting, certain aspects of his handwriting, like it's 2 years now, he is a team leader. He has a group of people working under him. And yes, he is progressing in his career. And just in fact, last month, he got stuck somewhere, and I just gave him a nudge in the right direction. And now he's back on track. So that's the beauty of graphotherapy as a science because it gives answer to 3 key questions. Who am I? That's the mirror thing. What is blocking me? That is understanding my fears and defenses. So what is blocking me? What is holding me back? Where do I hesitate? So once I know the subconscious patterns, that which subconscious beliefs are driving these patterns, I can manage them through specific strokes. And the third question that it answers is, how do I move forward? So partly I said that in second. What are those things that I can modify in my writing to rewire my subconscious programming and create the mindset for success? So this is what 3 questions, 3 areas that handwriting really kind of comes in handy in your career success. So I would like you to type it in the chat box. What was your biggest takeaway from here? And you may have certain questions. So keep your questions with you. After both the other speakers have spoken, we will get to the question and answer session. But yeah, in the meantime, while the second speaker comes on the spotlight, type in the chat box, what was your biggest takeaway from this 15 to 20 minutes of understanding the relation between career and handwriting? Okay, so next on is Gita. So Gita, I'm just putting you in spotlight. Gita is a very accomplished EFT therapist, Bach flower. She's going to throw light on what it brings on table for career success. So Gita, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Preeti, so much. It was amazing. Even I did the exercise, and I will certainly connect with you offline after this.
Sure.
Okay, now, so coming to my topic, I am here to talk about Bach flower remedies and EFT. BFR is Bach flower, and EFT is emotional freedom technique. So we discussed in the introduction that, in our work life or even in our personal life otherwise, emotions and mindset play a major role. Could you all just few emotions that come to your mind? Natasha, Vaishali, Priya, Hitesh, including Preeti and Debasmita, of course. So what emotions just randomly come to your mind? I'm not saying you need to associate those emotions with yourself. And since we are in a career forum, it could be probably career related or even otherwise. But what would be the emotions that come to your mind? And we could take this ahead.
So Vaishali says happy.
No, so then if they, okay, her happy is very good. But see, the thing is, we need to rewire our mind for career success, right? So if there is something or some kind of mindset that is troubling you, for example, if there is a stress or there is an anxiety or there is something related to that, I would probably want that, and we could take it forward, or else I'll just start the session. So I could give you 30 seconds to think and give me names of few emotions that you could. Draining, okay. Stress, Natasha. Okay, so just to move ahead, as Vaishali said, draining, stress, draining, stuck, of course, is one big emotion again. So these are the emotions, and many more of them that we are facing currently in our career life, or a professional life. Not everyone would, of course, have these emotions. It could just be merely emotions like where you're stuck, as Natasha is saying now. Being stuck is not a very negative emotion, but yeah, you're stuck. You don't know what to do next, whether to change your job or to continue in your job. And there are times when there is stress, there is anxiety, there are issues where you're overworked, you're overexhausted, there are more things on your plate. There are issues where you procrastinate because you're not able to prioritize what you need to do, and multiple emotions like these which are way beyond your control. So, and of course there are no kind of medicines for it. So if you're going for a job interview and you're stressed and you're overthinking or you're confused, perhaps you may not perform as better as you would have without these emotions. So your baggage would not be there. You will certainly have those degrees and you would have prepared for the interview on a technical way. But if you're stressed and you're confused or you're overthinking, or there's something like, some interview somewhere where you would have faced a rejection or a dejection, and that is running on your mind. So that will impact how you perform in the job interview, perhaps. Or if you're going for a CEO meeting, or there is a presentation, or there is an educator session that you have to give to your team or across the firm or whatever. So these issues do play a role in our life, in our career option, in our career life also. And there's where Bach flower remedies come into play, which are remedies which you need to consume. These are remedies similar to homeopathy medicines, but these are watered extracts of plants and flowers. So they are natural and extremely safe and can be consumed by anyone, right from toddlers to seniors. So anyway, when you're feeling a situation where you're stuck and you're anxious, you're really worried of overwork, or you're feeling overwhelmed because of a new client meeting just came up and you were not prepared, or you have a habit of procrastination, like not always, maybe sometimes. So any such kind of emotion which interferes in our performance, those can be addressed using Bach flower remedies. Sometimes we are doing repeated mistakes, we follow into the same patterns. As Preeti said in her session, we leave a job thinking that the boss here is draining me out and he's playing office politics and I need to find a better job. So yes, you move out and you land up in the same situation again, and you don't know how to work, how to go about it. So just by consuming Bach flower drops, what will happen? Of course, your boss is not going to change, but your mind will calm down, your emotions will settle. Okay, he is what he is, but now that you've taken a plunge, you've taken a chance, of going to a better organization or a hike or whatever, how to handle yourself better. So here's where Bach flower remedies play an important role. And I've handled people who've come to me with severe back issues, shoulder issues, migraines, headaches, and of course they are taking the mainstream medicines, I am not denying that, but these remedies do help. And someone who's coming with stress and anxiety, client meeting here, someone where you change a job and the distance has increased substantially, so you're worrying in a city like Bombay or Bangalore, how do you travel and reach on time at 9:30, whatever. So that mere stress and anxiety is running on my mind, whether I'll be on time, whether the client will be there before me or whatever. So such feelings and emotions, if I may narrate it again, it's stress, anxiety, procrastination, overwhelm, and confidence issues when you have a presentation or a job change, anything which is related to you bothering to your normal performance, is interfering in you performing from normal, can be addressed using Bach flower remedies. And what do these remedies do? They will only calm you down and bring you to a pace of being a better performer. They are not going to change the other person, not your client, not your boss, not your colleagues, peers, nothing. Nothing is going to happen to you. Nothing is drastically going to change anywhere, except you will just feel calm and composed and a better person to manage everything. So the issues will certainly remain the way they are.
Sorry, Gita, could you just unmute? I was trying to mute.
Yeah, am I okay?
Yeah,
is this
yeah.
fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
So I could perhaps, because this is a very short session and I wanted to give you a very brief intro on Bach flower remedies. These remedies, as I said, are similar to homeopathy. They are flower-based remedies, safe to consume. Any age group can consume. There are a set of 38 remedies which address different emotions. And these were invented by Dr. Edward Bach in UK. And the imported set of remedies come, and that's how we prepare the remedies. And individual remedies are given to people based on what issues they are facing, whether it's overthinking or repetitive patterns or whatever. Now, this was about something that you need to consume. And now coming to EFT, or rather emotional freedom technique. EFT or emotional freedom technique is a tapping modality where you tap on your body parts, the meridian points of your body, which is similar to acupuncture again, and it is scientific, but it is without needles. So we need to tap on our body parts, 8 body parts of the meridian points, and enter the energy system of our physical body and release the emotions. So by tapping, what do we do? Tapping helps again calming down and releasing the stress level of our mind. It is a neuroplasticity of the mind. Like, how do we rewire? How Preeti said, that way. Now, when things like rewire come up, what do we normally believe is we would have heard conscious mind and subconscious mind. Can I have people chat, type, or just raise your hands who has heard what is subconscious mind and subconscious mind? Yes, everyone. So, how do we address things? Do we address things that we need to change to our subconscious mind, or we go through our conscious mind? Anyone wants to take a chance and answer? How do we change? If we need to change something, if we need to rewire, where do we do it, in our conscious or subconscious? I can't hear. So our conscious is 1, subconscious is 2. So we change in conscious mind 1, or we change in conscious mind 2?
We change in conscious mind, but actually it changes in subconscious, then only it affects our system.
Perfect, Natasha. Big clap for you. So, because, like, to give you a very simple example, as kids, we did not know how to walk, we did not know how to tie our shoelaces, we did not know how to brush. But now it is all automated, right? Because we learned it consciously and it went into our subconscious, right? Similarly, if we want to work on something better, we need to learn it on a conscious level and then it will go there. So if there's something that I'm procrastinating on, while tapping, I'm entering my subconscious and I'm willing to change that. Now, how do I change that? Is by saying some statements or saying some scripts. In EFT, we say things aloud. So, tapping, which is our energy system or the subconscious, and while tapping, we say out our phrases loud, which is what we are talking at a conscious level. So, what do we talk at a conscious level? That even though I know I am procrastinating things, I still love and accept myself. So, I'm procrastinating, which is not a positive thing, right? So in EFT, when we are tapping, we are talking on the current reality, the current situation, and we are releasing everything that is associated with the current issue, problem, or concern area. Everything of it is negative. But we don't have to worry. It's not that we are throwing out the negative to the universe for a law of attraction and manifestation to work. It does not work that way. It's similar to, say, if I have to give you an example, it would be like, you going to a doctor and saying that I'm all fine, whereas you've gone for a headache. So when you go to the doctor, you have to tell the doctor that you have a headache. Or if you are driving and your car tire gets punctured, you might go to the fellow and tell him, repair this. You won't say, oh, my car is all fine, it's a new car, it's a SUV and the tires are all fine. No, you will tell the current issue. So in EFT, similar to this, we tap and we speak out our current reality or the negative phrases. And this negativity is not upar se. It's not at the onion level, layer. You have to deep dive in. Whatever you have inside you, you need to vent out. And when you vent it out, and when you realize you are at a neutral level, is when you build a hope and bridge. And then, you give out a positive affirmation or something positive that you want to go, like from where you are to where you want to be. I'm trying to connect, how things work. So the sciences may be different, graphology may be different, EFT may be different, but the idea behind everything is same. You understand where you are and then where you want to go, but you cannot directly jump. You need to vent out. Like, again, venting out, I could give you an example. When we have any issues in our life, be it personal or professional, बॉस ने कुछ बोल दिया, क्लाइंट ने कुछ कर दिया, रिजेक्शन हो गई, सडनली एक प्रोजेक्ट के रहते रहते दूसरा प्रोजेक्ट आ गया. इफ देयर इज समथिंग व्हिच इज बॉदरिंग अस, व्हाट डू वी नॉर्मली डू? We might confide, or we might just go for a break, tea coffee break. Men might go for a smoke or something. We went out, and the moment we went out, how do we feel? Relaxed, like I don't know if you all can relate, but this is the general practice. People do went out and then they feel better. कि चल ठीक है अभी बोल दिया, like now it's done. Now I know I have to get back to my deliverable. I have to get back to my life and do things. So this is the same process in EFT. You went out. सब कुछ जो आपके अंदर है. Something sometimes when you're tapping, some statements and some emotions come which you may not even realize. All of those that will come out and you'll feel safe, and that's when we build a hope and bridge. Now, for example, if I have to give you a case study, there is this person that I know of. He wanted to go for a client pitching, and he was really worried, and he was trying to avoid, which he had in fact done a couple of times. He was avoiding to go for the client meeting by saying, I'm not well. And then once he took a date and he said, the client is busy, and he conveyed to the boss. So this is how he couple of times avoided. And then when he came for the session, what happened was there was an issue while we were tapping, which came up was a setback that had happened earlier in his life. Like a few years back, he had gone for a client pitching and he had headed that alone. And that was not a successful conversion. So that thing was stored in his mind, He's like, what if it happens now? How will I face the rejection? So there was a fear of rejection. Alongside, there was something which is called as a pattern that was a discouragement that had happened, which was causing him an obstacle even now. So two things had to be released. The fear had to be addressed. I'm not saying the moment you do AFT, आपका conversion हो जाएगा, but you'll be better prepared. You'll be better prepared. You'll not take a setback because of a past failure. So you come out of the past, you live in the present, and you go more prepared and fearless. You face your things head on rather than quitting it or trying to procrastinate. So when the client will first come in or the individual will first walk in, we will tap on procrastination because I'm procrastinating. Okay, then why are you procrastinating? Is something bothering you? Yes, there is a fear. The fear is tapped on. Why there is a fear? Because of failure. What if the client doesn't get converted? What if he, is not a proper lead generation? Okay, why this fear? Because of the setback. Why was that setback? For multiple reasons. So this is how we go deep dive and resolve the issues, and we get the client to a neutral level for a better performance. Now, all of these emotions can be treated on EFT level as well as Bach flower level. So either you do the tapping or you do both. Because again, now to give you an example, when we generally get a cough, cold, fever, what do we first try as Indians? घर के नुस्खे, काढ़ा ले लिया, गर्म पानी पी लिया, गार्गलिंग कर ली, सब कुछ किया. बट चाइल्डहुड बिलीफ क्या है? जब तक क्रोसिन नहीं लिया या मेरा फैमिली डॉक्टर है ना, उसका 1 dose is wonderful for me. So that is a belief that we are having. Not that these घर का नुस्खाs won't work. They will work, certainly. But you have that belief, that GP, that physician is really wonderful. So to address that, we have the Bach flower remedies. You did the tapping, you became calmer, but now your mind is saying, yaar, crocin to li nahi. So for your fear, stress, anxiety, what crocin it is, this is the safest medicine, or this is the safest remedy. I may not call it medicine, I'm sorry for that, but this is the safest remedy. And you can take that, and that will help, because allopathy indeed may not have many remedies for this, including depression, if you say that. Now, yeah, depression can be treated in allopathy, but if anyone has closely observed what do these depression medicines do, or you all can Google it, because for me, saying something against something may not be completely ethical. But if I have to put forward, everyone here is, tech savvy, and you all can Google it, how safe homeopathy or Bach flower remedies would be vis-a-vis allopathy. They would not make you in a sedated mood. They will upcharge you and get you to a better mood. Having said that, just one last 10 seconds I'll take. How quickly do these remedies or alternative therapies work? It depends on how prepared one is to resolve it. If you really want to transform, kudos, we can move faster. But if you are finding a comfort in your procrastination, in your fears, and you really don't want to change, you want to play the victim or the self-pity card, it's completely okay. It's a choice. Then you can hang on there longer. So that's it. I would say that yes, you need your career degrees, you need to study, you need to prepare, you need to work hard. Of course, if there is a need, you need to take the allopathy. But there is something above all of this, which is our mindset. If I am prepared, I can do it. And lastly, I would just like to introduce myself. I am Gita Mansukhani. Academically, I'm a CA, a chartered accountant. I have worked with the Big Fours, PwC, Deloitte, and I have practiced as a chartered accountant. I've been a professor for a couple of years. And with all of this, I realized that those degrees are really important. But what was playing on my mind was, while I am a CA, I still have certain issues, and how can I address these? I do not get a medicine for confidence in the market. I do not get a medicine for performing on the stage. And there is no medicine when my boss is shouting at me in front of 10 people and things like that. So I am not saying I just left it. I've worked for more than 15 years and I have been there, done that. But this is where I, belong, because I realized over a period of time that mindset perhaps plays most important role. So here, this is my short intro and a brief introduction on what Bach flower and EFT can do to you. And I'd hand over
Thank you
to
so
Debasmita.
much, Gita. That was really interesting, intriguing. I had heard about backflower, but not so much. So
Okay.
that. And now let's invite Debasmita. Let's see what she hypnotizes us with.
Yeah. Yes. Beautiful. Yeah. There are beautiful questions, by the way. Thank you, Preeti, for handing over to me. And a lot of things we have learned about from you, that is the handwriting. Okay. If you have the handwriting in front of you, just open that page. You can be hypnotized right away because she has poured some ideas inside my mind. Okay, so I want everybody's participation, and I would request everybody's, each one of your cameras should be on to see the miracles right now. Okay, so thank you, Geeta, for giving us an idea about this. I was expecting when I need to tap to get that one or two, at least the breakthroughs required. Anyways, so beautifully done by two of the speakers. Now, uh, I want to tell you about how many of you just now want a miracle. Just raise your hand and say, Universe, I want it right now. Just raise your hands immediately on the top. Yes. And now the magic you want to see, if you the handwriting here, when we are talking about the career success, career breakthrough is important for this. So how we can get this career breakthroughs to get the career success? So if you are interested to learn this, just raise your hand and say, Universe, I'm ready. Give me, I want to be into the senior positions right now. I don't want any tensions in my life. I have learned TFT. I have learned the graphotherapy. At least something you people have learned this in the left and right, because when I was writing in the left, my hand was paining. And when I was writing in the right, it is a normal writing. Okay, so it is my regular writing. Maybe there is a something code. Okay, she is the best person to decode about it, Preeti. So now let's decode it also, because if required, we'll do the process together. So now, if you want to know this, then just open your, just be calm and sit comfortably and see the room. Okay, comfortably just check the room. Yes, check your room. Anything, any gift, any new things you can see in your room today. Can you sense it? You can unmute and you can say anything you can see. If you know nothing, okay, it's fine, because the universe is going to pour a gift to you then. Just sense the room and slowly just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. Breathe in. Count to 4. Just hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly breathe out. Breathe in again and slowly breathe out. Do this process at least for 2 more times. Breathe in and slowly breathe out. That's it. That's right. As you're doing this, you are feeling from your head to your toe completely relaxed and calm. Feel that energy completely into your body cells. Now, as you know this, you have written something called, as I have mentioned, I am success Debasmita. And as much my memory grows, Preeti has told she's an amazing Preeti. Something you have written that is reflecting in your mind's eye. Bring it to your mind's eye. That is your third eye. And once it is there, just show me a thumbs up. Now, feel the career which you want to choose with that particular word. For example, I am success Debasmita. I am aligning with that which career you are choosing. You are, if you are a doctor or if you are CA, just mention, I am an amazing doctor. I am Debasmita Basu, an amazing coach. If you just align those things together. Feel the energy when you are just writing this in your mind's eye. Make this letter as mentioned in a small word, that is a miniature word, right? I am an amazing, if you're being a CA, I am an amazing CA, or I am an amazing doctor with your name. Make it in a very small word and feel what is happening inside your body when you can see this word or a sentence. Feel that. Are you feeling confident? Or what exactly is happening inside you? Just feel it. When the words you can see in a very miniature way. The energy and slowly make the sentence bigger, bigger, bigger. Expand it, expand it, expand it as it is growing like a small cells to a bigger cells inside your body. Take your time. Feel it completely. Now, imagine, yes, imagine with how you feel with the salary, what you deserve, aligning with this words or not. Maybe you are thinking of um being who knows, you want to be a millionaire or billionaire soon. So just align what exactly the amount you are thinking in your mind's eye, just align with that career which you are currently into, and you have put your own objectives, right? I have given mine one and you have yours one. So just align this and see the miracle and feel what is happening inside you now. And once you're absorbing it completely, then slowly come to your present moment, wiggle your hand and absorb it. And do it little faster so that the amount should not go out, it should be within you fast. Absorb it and slowly come back to your present moment. As you know the number, it should not fade out. It should be fast so that it can come to your body cells faster. Yes. So if you have water, whoever have come back, please have water. Please. And yeah, I can see somebody is yawning. Yeah, thank you so much. It is, yes. Absorb the water, bless the water, say, yes, this is what I want and I receive it. Yeah, and bless the water. So if you want to say something, how was your experience? You can share it. And yeah. Anyone who wants to share, how was your experience in this? Yeah.
Just raise your hand, anybody who would like to share, so I can unmute.
Yes. Let's go ahead, Basha.
I actually slept in between.
Yeah, this is the fun. Yeah.
So I didn't realize what happened and what not.
Yeah, it has gone to your unconscious mind. By night, you can get it. That's the reason I was in the last. I was talking about I will make them sleep. A wonderful sleep you people will have.
Wonderful sleep with that career thing on our head and the numbers alongside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
it is one of the best thing. That's for the very first time in my life. I actually saw the number, like 5 crore. It came into my mind. So that was an amazing thing. Otherwise, like Dr. M always used to say, what is the number? What is the number? और मेरा कभी 1 लाख से ऊपर नहीं आता है. And today एकदम से 5 crore came. And I was like, ये सही भी आया है.
Beautiful. God bless you, Natasha, with whatever you want. And those people who are here and who are also watching in training and suggestions, your dreams also come true. Because ultimately, what we are here doing, even Preeti and Gita, what we are doing is we are providing the value. Because your growth is ultimately our growth. Because one of my mentor speaks about, that is speak a heart. This Dr. Demartini also speaks about this, and that is your growth is our growth. So when we speak about this and blessing, yeah, I was just thinking, blessing to bolte hai na. Your growth is our growth, and since is my mentor, so since also speaks the same language. So yes, and apart from it, I want to say who I am. I am Debasmita Basu. I am India's pioneer HR Hypno NLP coach. And how did I got this HR Hypno NLP coach? This is what I am under Rahul George, who is India's premier uh, hypnosis. I hypnosis coach. Okay, what he did, he is a student of Dr. Richard Bandler. So many of you know who is he. He is the co-founder of neurolinguistic programming. So under him, he learned more about this. Okay, his training, his legacy, we are just putting. So that's the reason. Whatever is coming to you right now, and learning which you are gathering is definitely going to. If you are still not got your answer, it's fine. But by tonight, you will get it for sure. Something will shift, and that is what happens in every AVP, VP, because I've already trained AVP, APP, and maximum people who are from the CHRO background. So this is about me. Definitely something will happen. God bless you all. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And someone
Thank you,
has
Debasmita. It was amazing. Amazing. Truly.
Yeah. Yes, if you want to share your experience, you can do, and then we'll.
It was good. I joined because I knew Preeti. So I thought, chalo, she's there, so let me join. And I'm a graphologist too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I want
So
to
nice
share.
to have you, Natasha.
Yes.
Thank you. I just joined because, if we don't एक दूसरे को नहीं आगे करेंगे तो कौन करेगा?
Beautiful. Yeah.
But it
Tell
was
me,
nice.
Natasha, I can see that you have really attended very well. So, what were a couple of takeaways that you got in all the three sessions?
The first one in yours, like the thing you tell na कि लिखो अलग-अलग writings. This was the first time I ever did it. और even मुझे खुद को ऐसा लगा कि seriously मतलब मेरे को बड़े वाले में comfortable ज़्यादा लगा. I don't know why. But I found जिसमें मैंने लिखा I am achiever Natasha Gupta in big one. It is looking awesome. मतलब that is giving me the best relief and best feel. Whereas जो बाकी छोटे में लिखे हैं रेगुलर में लिखे हुए हैं क्या है ठीक है nothing good.
Good, yeah.
So that was the good take of it. And especially जो आपने बोला ना लेफ्ट में करके लिखो, that was so tough for me because शायद मैंने कभी लेफ्ट में लिखा ही नहीं है. मतलब राइट में तो फिर लिखा गया मेरे से इजीली, पर लेफ्ट में तो कभी लिखा ही नहीं है लाइफ में. तो वो एक आई भी करना ना बहुत ही मुश्किल लग रहा था, समझ नहीं आ रहा था कैसे लिखूं. बट आई डिड इट एंड इट वाज अमेजिंग. मतलब बीइंग अ ग्राफोलॉजिस्ट स्टिल I found this very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And about Gita's and Debasmita's session.
Gita's, like, I never knew about this BFR thing, this flower thing, which she told. That was very new concept for me. But yeah, certainly अच्छा लगा सुन के कि there is something जो हम पी सकते हैं और ठीक हो सकते हैं ऐसी छोटी छोटी प्रॉब्लम से. And we people are like community में हम रहते हैं तो it's good. जैसे अब कुछ नया पता लग रहा है तो किसी को बता सकते हैं. अगर किसी को लगता है कि ये चाहिए तो we can say हाँ if you want medicine तो BFR भी एक रेमेडी है तो हम बताते हैं आपको, ये गीता है उसके बाद जाओ आप. So that was something new. Yeah, that was something new for me. And EFT तो we knew, तो इसलिए वो मुझे कुछ ऐसा नया नहीं लगा. But this hypnosis was very new for me. I never did it. और पर मुझे ना बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है वो जो टीवी में दिखाते हैं ना, यू टिंग 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 गोल करके एंड वो सुला देते
Stage
हैं.
hypnosis. Stage
या
hypnosis.
आई वाज लाइक, जब सेशन में आया भी ना तो भी मेरे को ये था कि हिप्नोसिस करूंगी मैं, तो मैं तो सो जाऊंगी, और मैं सच में सो गई.
सोने के सोते सोते आपने 5 करोड़ कमा लिए.
Seriously, it was such a clear number. I have never ever seen. मतलब मेरे कभी भी नहीं देखा. डॉक्टर एम बेचारी बोलती रह गई कि अपना मनी गेम लगाओ, आगे कुछ तो गोल बनाओ. एंड आई वाज ऑलवेज लाइक, 1 लाख आ जाएगा तो बहुत है यार, 5 लाख आ जाएगा तो बहुत है यार. मैं तो कभी उससे ऊपर ही नहीं गई. एंड टुडे आई clearly saw 5 CR. Like, it was so clear.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yes.
Awesome. Devsmita,
Awesome.
you have 1 crore pati now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.